it.
I'm sorry, does the main menu music just give up after a while? I didn't know that. What's up, Arcane? Satellite. Ms. Roy, thank you so much for the Ms. Raid. Good evening, Ms. Roy. Good evening, Dronon. R. Dominic, Princess Balance, Chaos, Zem. Hi, everybody. Happy Monday. I hope you're doing well. I hope you survived your GPG list Sunday once again. I mean, you must have, unless you are somehow an internet ghost now, which you could be. I'm not saying one way or the other. And I'm certainly not judging. But welcome in, everybody. Hope you're all doing well. I'm doing good. I had a perfectly fine day today. This is weird. If I click on something, you think maybe... No, we're just... I gotta do some stuff in here anyway, so I might as well putt around in here. Yep, I've been doing the usual, taking care of myself, job hunting. I carved out some time. I carved out a little bit of time for some gaming yesterday and today, just a bit. Once I was done with all the really important stuff I had to do. I've been playing the Penguin game. I've been playing United Penguin Kingdoms, and I've been playing Startopia. I decided to do that. Oh God, Manic. No, I wasn't planning on it. Jesus Christ. Guess this will all be okay. I'm gonna do, nope, not that. Oh, that actually kickstarted the music. There we go. Just need to go to the credits, that was all. I am gonna increase the UI scale all the way, I think, because otherwise y'all might have trouble seeing it. And then I want to bring the music down a bit, because the music in this game is super good, but it is a bit... Ah, there we go. That's better. You should be able to see this much better now. Are we talking about stinging nettles? Ooh, yikes. Ouch. I don't think I've ever suffered through one of those. But yeah, hang in there. Be strong, I guess. I can't really commiserate. I can empathize. I'll do that. But yeah, quick gaming discussion here. This is gonna be another The Guild game. Wow, that's a shock. That was such a fringe series to begin with. Okay, United Penguin Kingdoms. So I bought the full game. I've been playing the full game. It is cute. It's everything we saw on Friday. It's a very linear game. I would recommend it, but I would recommend it with the caveat that it's very, very straightforward colony building, and there's not, the way it's designed, there's not a terrible lot of flexibility in it. There's no story, by the way. Those of you that were wondering if there was going to be some grand penguin plot line to follow or a campaign, no. It's pure sandbox. And you build a colony for your penguins, you build resource producers and food producers and stuff. There's a very simple exploration system where you can send missions to other settlements, and if you achieve certain things in your settlement, you'll get additional stuff from the other settlements. There's the Greater Penguin Kingdom that you basically rank up through with reputation, but that just unlocks new parts of the tech tree. And there's a tower defense element to it where seals will go after your food and orcas will go after anything you build in the water. So outside of that, the big thing about it is it has this big, huge tech tree with all this stuff to unlock and a lot of different buildings and all these things. but it has a mission system. So every couple of months, you'll get a new mission. And the mission is always like, unlock this building, build this building, produce X number of Y resource. And you get so much useful stuff for that. You get reputation points, you get resources. I don't think you can really afford to ignore those missions. And they basically take you through the game in a very linear fashion. There we go. So, I don't think that's bad. It seems like a pretty long game. It seems like one playthrough is going to take a long time. Because I've been playing for like, I don't know, like 2 or 3 hours maybe, and I just got to like tier 2, and there's 4 or 5 tiers of development, and each one seems to take longer. It's a very slow-paced game. Population development comes very slowly. There are no different penguin species, no. There's one. There's one penguin species, they all have the same tech tree. Yeah, everything seems to run the same way. There's a couple different maps, but that's just different arrangements of ice squares in the ocean. And there's no... So I know some people were comparing it to Timberborn. United Penguin Kingdoms is a very flat game. There is no verticality to it whatsoever. Whereas you'll see in Timberborn, verticality is kind of a huge element to it. And by the end game, whatever we want to consider the end game, we will have complete and total mastery over the terrain. Which is one of the things I love the most about this game, so. But yeah, for like $4, it's fine. It's perfectly fine. What I will wholeheartedly recommend is Startopia. That game is great. I have been going through the campaign missions. If I remember correctly, there's 10 campaign missions. I've been through 5 of them. They're really like an expanded tutorial. Each campaign mission is kind of focused around one specific aspect of managing a station. Like today I did the one where you're building like a penal colony, and it really just requires you to set up rehab cells and a security center and stuff like that. And that's it. And then the next mission is like handling research and stuff. The sandbox mode is where you can do everything at once, and I think it becomes a lot harder to juggle. But I'm at least going to go through all of the missions before I mess around with that, so. Sounds like there may not be much replayability since the game wants you to do things in a given order. That's my impression of United Penguin Kingdom, yeah. It's really just down to that mission system, because it is so oppressive in how important it is. Like, you can't really afford to ignore it. So yeah, it does kind of seem like every game's gonna play out the same way. Good evening, Brunhilde. Good to see you. You have returned from the real world just in time for beavers. You have. Indeed. So yeah, that's what I've been up to. I should probably go ahead and talk about what's going on with this. How we're going to do this, and how we're going to do the schedule and whatnot, especially since the menu music keeps giving up on me. Let's sit on the credits for a while, because this uses a different song. Alright, so, schedule reminder, chat. Let me tell you what's going on this week, because it's actually all pretty much decided outside of the democratic angle to it. I did not know this had lyrics. I've never actually sat on the credits for this before. That's funny. That's really, really funny. That big card game guy, I spy one that looks interesting called Sizzle and Stack. Looks like Cultist Simulator, where it's just cards upon cards, food related instead of making dark drinks. You become ones with Celeste. Awesome. That game is so good. That game is so good. Okay, anyway. This is Timberborn, chat. We are playing Timberborn. That is our full playthrough game of the minute. This This is a democratic playthrough. I am reminding you now. The bot will remind you throughout the evening. But y'all are going to decide how long we play this game for. And there will be no cutoff for voting. We will literally play it until you decide we're not going to play it anymore. Because this game doesn't... It technically has win conditions, but we can talk about that. We'll talk about what that actually means. And I mean... This song is so funny. It's actually really good. But yeah. Honestly, if we finish one map in this, we could just start another one. And there's 2 factions of beavers in this at the moment. And they play very differently, so. So yeah. Tuesday and Wednesday are... It is very Mumford & Sons, isn't it? Yeah, Tuesday and Wednesday are contingent on how the votes go. Thursday is the power hours. We will be getting to the Japan-only RPGs in the Epic Center, and we may still be on that on Saturday. I don't know, because there's a lot to go through there, so be prepared for that. Also, good evening, Shadows. It's good to see you. And then Friday. We have already decided that Friday is going to be a Grim Dawn multiplayer night. Very different from what we normally do on Fridays. Grim Dawn has 4-person multiplayer. If you'd like to join me, I can take 3 people in my crew. We will decide, of the folks who show up on Friday who actually want to join, we'll decide by wheel who's in. And then if there's other folks who want to do multiplayer, certainly welcome to gather together and run your own session. Unfortunately, I can only take 3, but yeah, we're gonna do brand new characters on Friday for Grim Dawn. We'll talk about how we want to go through it. When we can see a Northgard streams of the guy getting irritated with their constant DLCs. Northgard isn't really on my radar. I think I picked it up at some point, but I don't know when, if ever, I'm planning on getting around to it. So, yeah. Okay, anyway, let me go back to the main menu. So, let's talk about how we're going to do this tonight, and then let's get to doing it. So, Timberborn, for anyone in the audience who is somehow uninitiated on this, this is a colony survival sim of a sort. Definitely leans heavier into the city building aspect. A lot of stuff in this game is very deterministic. The routes and such that beavers take when they're working and hauling stuff is all very laid out. There really isn't any emergent behavior of the beavers themselves. The big things that this game does, aside from being adorable, there is extensive terraforming in this. The entire 3D landscape can be built upon, remade, resculpted. I mean, they're beavers. They build dams. That's actually a really important element of the game. We'll talk more about that once we actually get into the game and you see what's involved. But not only can we dam rivers, we can redirect them. We can build new ones, we can irrigate, we can build aqueducts and pumps and all kinds of crazy stuff. We'll have to deal with ecological disasters. That's a major component of the survival aspect. But yeah, ultimately by the end of the game, we can remake the entire terrain however we want. It's really cool, really neat. Did you know beavers hate the sound of running water? I didn't, actually. But yeah. During this playthrough, I have come up with two Dragon Coin options that I will make available to y'all. One is very straightforward. I will allow y'all to name beavers after yourselves. If y'all avail yourself of that option, I will name the youngest unnamed beaver in the colony after you, because beavers they are born, they grow up, they grow old, and they die. So, assuming we play through a full colony in this, your beavers will cycle out over time. The other option that I'm going to introduce is, well, I was thinking this is a builder game. Builder games have lots of downtime. Robo Beavers don't die, actually, but that's a ways off. This is a builder game. There's a lot of downtime. I don't need to constantly be explaining things, especially after the start of the game. So to give y'all an inroad into more interesting avenues of discussion and whatnot, I added an AMA option. Ask me anything. I mean, technically y'all can ask me anything you want whenever, but using this option will get my undivided attention for at least like 5 to 10 minutes. And we can discuss a particular topic in depth. So we'll see how that goes. I've actually never had one of those options on this channel in all the 7 years I've been doing this, so we'll see how y'all like that. So anyway, let's get started on a new game, shall we? Actually, let me start the music back up. Addressing an in-depth topic was a cocktail looks delightful. It's vodka and cranberry. That's it. It's a very simple one. I had a bunch of rum and cokes with dinner. Oh, we had a yakiniku party tonight, and it was so good. It was so good. So this is a very mild baseline follow-up to it. All right, anyway, let's do this. I didn't make it. My wife and my younger daughter prepared everything. We have a grill pan that we put on the dining room table, and we all gather around it, and they throw stuff on there and grill it up, and it's really good. One of my favorite things ever to eat. Okay, so here's what we're doing, chat. Timberborn has 2 factions of beavers you can play as. You have to unlock the second one. I've got unlocked. My wife is Japanese. Yes. I'll tell you up front, we're gonna play as the Folktales. If this playthrough goes long enough to actually complete a Folktales settlement and start a new one, I'll start the other group. But they're very... They have pretty different feels to them. They played pretty differently. The Folktales are easygoing but hardworking, expert farmers. They respect nature and it rewards them with plentiful bounties. Their cities are very eco-friendly. What's the difference? The main differences are their diets and reproduction. Folktales like a whole lot of natural farmed foods, grilled foods, and they reproduce very naturally. The other faction, the Iron Teeth, are defectors of the traditional timber ways. They mastered iron and science to build advanced machinery. They achieve progress through ingenuity, efficiency, and disregard for the environment. Iron Teeth process all of their foods, and they reproduce through cloning, which is a little more difficult to balance. There is shadows. There is actually. They're also, their industries are different. Their power generation is different. I think their entertainment options are different. There's actually quite a bit of difference between the 2 factions. So, well, if we play this long enough, you'll get to see the difference. So, that's part of why I voted Beaver. That's one of the worst things I've ever... Oh, don't sell yourself short, Shadows. You've said way worse than that. In this very chat, in fact. Alright, anyway, we're going with Folktales. Alright, map. I'm open to suggestion on this one. I will tell you what the different maps are. I will tell you which ones I've actually played, and then we can decide which one we're gonna do. Lakes is one of the bigger maps. It is large and sprawling, has lots of bodies of water, lots of areas to expand into. Plains is more straightforward, and its water features is basically just like one big forked river running through the whole thing. Waterfalls. I think this is one of the 2 maps I finished. Yes, it is. It is. I have played this one to completion. It's pretty neat. There's one main water feature, but a bunch of ecological mess that you got to deal with. Canadian, the closest beavers I've gotten is a food called beaver tail. I haven't even eaten it yet. Beaverome, I've never played this. It's large. It's basically 7 craters, and to expand, you're gonna have to drain them. I don't know how complicated that would be. I have no idea what playing on this one would be like, honestly. Canyon might be the other one I finished. Maybe. Yeah, it's a deep canyon with a river running through it, so damming the river is a little more complicated. Cliffside is a very small and narrow one. Craters, not a whole lot of usable water on this one, but a lot of space to expand. Diorama is the smallest, this little postage stamp. Helix Mountain is a mountain with a giant spiraling river coming out of it. Hollows, it's a bunch of little valleys divided by mountains. Meanders, a winding river. Mountain range is very mountainous terrain. Terraces, this one looks new. Doesn't look like there's a ton of water on this one. And Thousand Islands, Jesus Christ. That looks like a mess. So anyway, which one would y'all be interested in? The top 3, lakes, plains, and waterfalls, are all like beginner maps. Thousand Islands, lots of dams. Thousand Islands will require a ton of terraforming. Spiral Mountain. Even though they find the riverbed shape impractical, beavers acknowledge humanity's limited water engineering skills. Like waterfalls. Diorama's cute too. Diorama would be a short game because there's just not a whole lot of space to expand, I think. Whichever one you think they show off the game best. Okay. Waterfalls. I played waterfalls before. Beaverome. We can try this one. Curious about craters. There is a lot of turf to expand over. Okay, we'll try Beaverome. This would be, if I can do this, I've got a pretty good idea of what to do. It'll be different from what I've done before, but yeah, we'll see what we can do here. I'm willing to try this. And we're gonna play on normal. Settlement starts with moderate resources. Droughts and bad tides are milder but intensify over time. I always play on normal. It's normal. It's pretty straightforward. Green leaf means it's good for a beginner. So, but I've played 2 full maps to completion. And I've started a bunch of different colonies. So, try this map I just started as a stilt colony. This is really cool to see how you handle it. Yeah. All right, let's do this. Let's get into it, chat. Since we're getting into it, I am going to open up the Become a Beaver and Ask Me Anything option. I can do that. Oh crap! What do we call the settlement, chat? This is Beaverome. What do we call it? That's right. We got to name it. Bubto. The Lodge. Bucky. That damn map. I'll go with Bubtopia. That way I'll know exactly which one is for streaming. Alright, anyway, here's the beavers. Look, they're so cute. Oh my god. Oh my god, look, there's little babies too. Okay, well, the interface is definitely big enough. Y'all be able to see what's going on. All right, anyway, I'm going to pause because everybody wants to be a beaver. Let's do this. All right, let's see. I need to go into the population. We're going to start with the beaver childs and move our way up. So we got... We got Helvete. We got... Who's the next youngest? A tiny beaver child named Numberless Dread. Brunhilde. MSP. 3KXER. Let's see, and then I'll start from the top on this. I'm not taking naming requests specifically because of things like that, Arcane. Thanks for trying, though. Bearded Canadian. Let me read. Oh, okay. Be good. Ms. Roy and cool. Okay. We actually have 2 more beavers who can be named. Okay, so here we go. We're starting with. All right, to give you a little breakdown, I'll break down the interface as we go. We currently have 8 adult beavers and 4 children beavers. We have no occupied beds, no free beds, and 12 homeless beavers. Okay. Of course. All right. Come on, chair. Come on, chair. You can do it. There we go. Okay. All right. Now that we're streaming properly. Those two comments back to back. The gnome camera is the worst. I have never been so happy. Okay. We have 2 working beavers. They are working at our district center, which establishes a district with its own population, resources, and isolated path network employs builders. It has some basic food storage, and the workers here are your basic builders. Okay, so let's get the lay of the land here. We are currently, where are we? Oh, we are right in the middle of the map. Okay. Huh. That's really weird. Okay. This is gonna be pretty tricky. I thought we were gonna be on the edge for some reason. This is gonna be something. Okay. So yeah, we're on a strip of land on the edge of a giant caldera. Oh boy. Okay. Okay. All right, we can make this work. This will be great. No, we'll make this work. Okay. When you go into build mode, it makes water transparent, so you can actually see how far down. Okay, so all right. Most maps, these blocks here are water sources. This is where water is actually generated from. Water in this game has value. It has volume. It has flow. So we actually, this here actually represents a finite amount of water flowing into here and then eventually off the map down here. If we were to dam this up, it would overflow the edges and flood. Water also evaporates too in this. So managing your supply of water is really, really important. You know what's funny, actually? This map makes certain things harder, but it makes certain things a lot easier. So, challenge accepted. Let's see how this goes. All right, so first thing we got to do is get wood going. These are beavers, they need wood. Everything has to be connected by roads in this. Is there any way to get new water? No. Like I said, these water sources generate water. So these water sources generate infinite water until they stop due to droughts or something. That's one of the main ecological challenges in this is dealing with droughts. So okay, we need to build. We need our little guys to be chopping wood. So I'm gonna have them set up. Also, I love... Okay, so there go our little builder guys. That is a bearded Canadian and an unnamed beaver are building these. And these guys... MST3K is like, what are you doing? What are you doing over there? Okay, so we got that. Another unnamed beaver and Mizroy are going to be our beaver jacks. So now we mark trees to be cut. So everything down here, I forget how far these guys can reach. Okay, so they can cut everything out to here. We'll start with that. So they'll start... Logs are your most basic construction material. So they'll get going on that. We need then... Okay, so then we got a path all the way down here. Which is going to be something. We'll do a nice zigzag. That was a long path, but that'll be fine. All right, for food, most basic food production is a gathering hut. So we'll slap this guy down here. They'll get working on that. You start 2 Point Hospital. I'm still working on some RPGs. I got pretty far in 2 Point Hospital, and then I picked up 2 Point College and started on that, but got distracted by something else pretty fast. I should go back to both of those because I like them both quite a bit. Been bouncing between Darkest Dungeon and Baldur's Gate 1, really? Wow. All right, so now we got... All right. So that'll get berries going. 2 Point University is cool. The little bit of it I played definitely was. Okay, so we got that going. Now we need water. And for water, we need a pump. Okay. I have limited options with this right now. Oh, it only goes to depth 2. Okay. Okay. All right, we'll build our water pump there. It's a little far away from the town center, but I think it'll be okay. Wish I pre-ordered 2 Point Museum. Apparently I had a bunch of Sonic and Shadow theme stuff as bonuses. Makes you wonder where the cross-section between Sonic fans and management sims are. I think it's more, since it's a Sega property, I think the idea is to use their more niche games to help popularize like their major franchises. Probably. I mean, that's how I'd see it. How I'd imagine it. Not happy about saying this. Please pump that beaver until... Jesus Christ, grunt fodder. What the hell, man? So it turns out Arcane Tradition is our barrier gatherer. He's homeless. He works at a gathering flag. Basic needs are taken care of. Hunger, thirst, sleep, not shelter. We gotta do something about shelter. Fortunately, got some pretty convenient spots for shelters. Played 2 Point Hospital ages ago and had good times. One of those franchises where there's so much DLC. I've learned over time to just kind of ignore DLC. There is too much of it, frankly. All right, I'm going to speed things up. Because, like I said, there's a lot of downtime in building games. And I tend to play them on the highest speed until things actually happen and then pause them. Oh yeah, we're not doing phrasing. We're running with it. We're gonna embrace it. It's gonna be bad. All right. Dave Thulu is manning the city's water pump. But everything's gonna be okay. If there's one entity you can trust with the city's water, it's Dave Thulu. Okay. Oh, farming. We're gonna need some more permanent... We're gonna need some more permanent food solutions here. So let's do that first. We'll get everybody working. So these guys like efficient farmhouses. They like farming efficiently. So I'm gonna place this... Let's do this... here. And then we're gonna plant fields around it. I'm back to a space sim called House the Dying Sun. Kinda wish I could have seen what it would become, have the devs stick to their original vision of vast and evolving campaign instead of a series of handcrafted missions. What's up, Fury Fighter? Alright, I'll speed this up so I can get to work. We need a lot of logs for this. Guys are working as hard as they can. You know, the thing about this map, it actually simplifies some things. Like this can just remain the tree farm area. The water droplet over their heads means they're getting dehydrated. They're getting thirsty, and that's lowering their quality of life. This up here is the beaver well-being. This is a chart of all the things that affect beavers' well-being. Their basic needs are hunger, thirst, sleep, shelter, and wet fur. Beavers want to stay wet. Chat. If I need to tell you that. Under nutrition, these are the 8 kinds of food that folktales like. So we'll need to work on providing those. Oh, berries aren't included on here. There's 5 elements to their social life, 6 elements to their aesthetic appreciation, 4 sources of awe, 4 sources of fun, and 1 source of knowledge. So one of our goals for this playthrough is going to be to to some degree, fulfill all of their needs. That is what we will attempt to do. Dev that made House the Dying Sun used to work for Bungie and did the Saber missions for Halo Reach. No kidding. All right. All right, we got a bunch of farming beavers now. So I'm going to pause for a sec, and we're going to lay out carrot fields. It takes 4 days to make 3 carrots per square. So I'm going to fill this in, and I'm going to fill this in, and I'm going to fill in the area around here. And you know what? Since I can't count, let's just do this part too. Let's make absolutely sure we have enough carrots. All right, now that that's settled, we need storage for our resources. Water is a really important one. So there's 3 kinds of storage in this game. There's piles. They store bulky resources, mainly building materials, logs, planks, metal, that sort of thing. Small warehouses store anything that can be boxed up, and small tanks store liquids. And there's a number of liquid types in this game. So I'm gonna speed things up because night is boring. Where's our beaver union? You have to plan out a balanced ecosystem once you clear cut the local wooded area. So there's a couple early hurdles in this game, and one of them is making sure you don't run out of wood. You can turn wood into a renewable resource with forester huts, but you have to unlock forester huts. So we need to make it to research and technology before we run out of wood. We're on track to do that. Okay, these are the different liquids that you can store. We're gonna go with water for right now, and I'm not gonna explain the other ones because it's more fun to keep you in suspense. But yeah, we'll have 3 little water storage tanks, giving us 90 units of water storage for now. That was the main thing I was concerned about. The next thing I'm concerned about is storage for our other resources. I want to keep things centralized. So let's see. Oh no, we're still working on those tanks. That's gonna take a while because it does take quite a bit of wood. Can these guys reach these too? Okay, they can. I'm gonna let them cut these trees too if they want. By the way, the different tree types are actually worth different amounts of wood. I'll explain that in a second. But like pines, there's a whole life cycle to them. Pines take 12 days to grow and they provide 2 logs each. Birches take 7 days to grow and provide 1. These dead ones up here are oaks. They take an entire month to grow, but they provide 8. That's true. We can replant. Well, it's actually, yeah, you need a forester for that, which is what I mentioned. We got to get to that point. And actually, I can go ahead just to be super safe. Under science, we'll go ahead and build an inventor. We'll go ahead and do that. Actually, I kind of want to plan things out a little bit. Go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Might be okay. So one of the important things you have to keep track of in this game is some buildings you can build over top of and some buildings you can't. So I'm going to build this inventor over on this side. You're a big kid now. Because once we get that inventor going, we'll start accumulating science points. And then all of these things here that have red lock signs on them, we can unlock them using our science points. Everybody's zooming around. Humans are dead. Only beavers survive the apocalypse. Or there are other... It's only beavers, yeah. Our Dominic wishes to be a beaver. So be it. There you go. You're working at Town Hall, as it happens. Once I get housing set up, then, yeah, once I get housing set up, then we can start the reproductive cycle. There we go. Okay, cool. So now that that's going, I need to do one more thing before I can do houses. Fortunately, beavers won't die if they don't have houses. I need 2 warehouses. And we're gonna... Ooh, we really don't have much space on this map. That's fine. We'll figure it out. It's fine. We'll figure it out. Also, all buildings have to be connected by roads. Obviously, you don't have to connect, like, trees and stuff to roads. But any buildings you build must be connected to roads. And then large pile. I don't really have a good place for this at all. Hell with it. We'll figure it out. Okay. Any kind of storage structure needs to be told what to put there. So in this warehouse, we will put our berries. And in this warehouse, we will put our carrots. And in this large pile, we will put logs. And then we'll speed things up so this goes faster. Getting harder and harder to chop these trees. We really, really need that forester hut. Forester hut's under wood. Okay, it costs 30 science points. We're at 8 right now. So another day or 2, we should be okay. How long until you can do terraforming? It's going to be a ways. It's going to be a ways. The way the game is laid out, you basically have to learn... You learn to make the best of limited space. And then once you get technology, you get options to build out over water and build your own like platforms and surfaces to work with. And then once we learn to deal with this stuff, then we can start terraforming in earnest. This red stuff is bad water. It is poisonous. And it's one of the things that we're going to have to learn to contend with in this game. Okay, yes. Now we can start working on houses. Now we can start filling in the lodges. 2, 3, 4... That's fine for now. Oh, wait, I can do... Yeah, sure. I want to make sure we got enough. We need to... I'm going to remove that one tree because it's right in the way of what I want to do. So, yeah. Once we've done this, then we basically have then Beaver civilization is ready to flourish. Can't remember if you have enemies to deal with in this game. No, this is a completely peaceful game. There are no enemies. What we have to deal with is ecology. We're gonna have to learn to deal with nature. Specifically, we're gonna have to learn to deal with droughts. When when nature stops producing water for us. Oh, carrot harvest is ready. Watch our little guys at work here. Yeah, we're gonna have to learn to deal with droughts, and then sometime after droughts, we're gonna have to learn to deal with bad tides, where our sources of water, our sources of fresh water, will turn into bad water. Cute little hats, I know. Aren't they adorable? I love watching them work sometimes. They're so charming. Okay, we're almost there on the forester hut. Snore at night when they sleep. Okay, those are set to cut too, but maybe they can't reach them. Oh yeah, they can't reach those. That's fine. All right. All right, we got some houses. Half of our beaver civilization is now has a roof over their heads. Beavers behind your mom's old condo, saw them a lot. Nice. Nice. Oh, and another nice thing about this is you can actually see resources filling up in here. Like here's our carrot and berry storage. Here's our water tank storage. It's a little tough having the water storage so far away from the center of town, but I think they'll be okay. I think they'll survive. Hey, your beavers are happier than ever. Our new well-being high score is 3. You need to hit a well-being score of 15 to unlock the Iron Teeth as a playable faction. But obviously I did that a long time ago. But am I seeing some beavers, no small rivers around though? I am at over 30 science. So we will unlock our forester hut. Oh, shit. I forgot. Forester hut requires planks. Oh, this is going to be complicated. Okay. Okay. So, okay. All right. Logs are not enough to build everything in Beaver Civilization. We're also going to need planks. So we need a lumber mill. Lumber mills have to be powered. And we're going to have to do this the old-fashioned way because of how this map is laid out. So for power, the folk tales have water wheels, naturally, and power wheels that little beavers literally run in. They also have windmills, but we got to unlock them later. So in a normal game, you would find an area of flowing water like this, and you'd build a water wheel in it. Like so. However, that's too far away. That is completely impractical for us. So we're going to do things a little bit differently. I am going to build a lumber mill. Looks like I'm going to build it here. And then we're going to build a power wheel right next to it somewhere. Right here, in fact. I'll put this a little bit back from here. So instead of using a water wheel, we're going to use a hamster wheel to power this thing. That's how that's going to work. So one of y'all is going to be the lucky beaver who gets to spend their life running in a wheel to make this whole thing work. Okay, also, I'm going to have to extend our pathing out into what is kind of a forest. Because we need more trees. Lumberjack flags don't cost any resources to lay down. It's a living. All right, so now all of our I can talk. Swear to God. Now all of our beavers are housed, and we have extra housing for extra beavers. You can control the number of beavers that you have by building an appropriate amount of housing. Beavers won't reproduce if there's no empty housing for them to... You know what? I just realized. I'm dumb. I just realized I'm really dumb. I know they're not going to reach all the way out here, but I'm still going to mark it as such. I'm going to... Hang on. We're going to trash these. I'm going to trash these two, and we're going to rebuild their flags over here so that they can get up into here and cut all this stuff down. So we'll cut the rest of this. And we're going to cut all these dead oaks up here. This is going to be a lot. This is going to be a lot of wood. Who's the hell hamster? We'll see. We'll see, because right now I need everybody working at present. We don't have enough wood to finish construction yet, so that's gonna be priority number one. Because I need this place going. And then once we've done that, I'll probably axe these two over here. Also, while we're here, I'm gonna go ahead and save, because this actually seems like a pretty good start to this place. I feel pretty good about what we've accomplished so far. Need to wait for one of these busy beavers to have enough vacation time to run forever. Oh no, this isn't about vacation time. This is going to be their life. This is just gonna be what they do. Okay, here we go. All right, so we got a lumber mill. Perfect. One worker inside, one worker outside. And then it's not optimal, but we'll build a... Oh, that's a really small pile. Damn, I need... Alright, yeah, this is not going to be optimal at all, but I'll build two small piles over here for now to hold the planks that they produce. Because I just don't have the space for a large one. Okay. Yeah, the power wheel's still under construction. Man, leg day beaver Conan the Barbarian. Okay, that's done. So, yeah, we're gonna fire you, and you're gonna work over here. All right, so who's the lucky beavers? All right, who we got here? Helleveet! Helleveet, you're the hell hamster. This is your life now. Little off topic, this game is reminding you a little of Clockwork Empires. Nice. I always want to play Clockwork Empires. All right, so now we can produce planks, and at long last, we'll be able to get a forestry shop going. I can replant. This'll work out perfectly, actually, chat. These two beavers over here. Who we got? Mizroy and this unnamed jackass over here. They can busy themselves cutting down all these dead oaks. While that's going on, our forester can get to work replanting this entire swath over here. We just need... Well, actually, I can go ahead and set it down. I'm going to put it right at... I want to put it right in the middle here, honestly. Like, I want to put this one way out here. That'll do. That will do. I like my beaver civilizations look aesthetic. I like them to at least have a decent layout to them. There we go. All these kind of like JoJo legs. And then we'll go ahead and lay out... We're gonna do pines. Pines are the most reliable source of... Okay, so they go to like here. Pines are the most reliable source of wood. All right, we'll fill... Yeah, that'll be fine. I think I'll do a little carve out. I'll do a carve out here. And we'll put new lumberjacks up there. Okay. Comes a beaver's aesthetic is important. Okay. Okay. We're doing good, chat. We're doing good. We're off to a good start. And we have a new baby beaver. We have a lot of baby beavers now. A whole mess of them, in fact. Okay. Okay, so we're gonna do another save. I always do a save when a drought or a bad tide is announced. Just in case I prepare poorly for it. This first one's probably gonna be pretty rough. Because I haven't dammed this lake yet. So we'll see how this goes. But our next biggest priority, the next thing we really need to do is dam this lake. To ensure that when droughts hit, we don't lose our main source of water. I've been looking at yes, I want Manor Lords real bad. I really want to pick it up. Though I've heard that development on it has slowed quite a bit, so I'm not really missing out on too much right now. I'm definitely gonna pick it up. Damn you, lake! So what we need is here, under the landscaping tab. Oh, we actually already have the technology to dam things. The problem is it's really far away. Well, we got it. Okay. Well, no time like the present, honestly. We're gonna have to clear a path through all these bushes. And that's okay. You don't actually need very many berry bushes to maintain your source of berries, because berries are like the food of last resort for beavers. They'd much rather eat anything else. So I'm gonna carve a path straight through here. And we're gonna build a road out to here, and then I want to build a dam across here. That's the plan. But it looks like our guys... Oh, okay. Okay, so actually... All right, our forester's ready, but we don't have a forester right now. So... I tell you what. I'm going to shut down... I'm going to shut down the lumber mill for now. I'm going to lower the priority on it for the time being. So... Numberless Dread is going to be our new forester, and he's going to get started replanting this whole area. Our construction beavers are working on clearing all this. And I'm going to build the road behind them, because sometimes they get wonked out. And we'll be like, oh, this is too far away from a road to actually do anything about. Blah, 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 blah. I don't want that. Okay. You can also see that this road, the line on the road is turning orange. The further things are away from the city center, the longer it takes to accomplish things. All right, so I'm going to see if we can actually dam this river before the drought hits, because that would be huge. And also, you can build paths across dams, which is really nice. Take it, I'm a farmer. Actually, you know what? I am going to add you to the construction crew for now. I don't need you running that wheel if we're not producing planks right now. Fine, I'll play. No, my mill! Beavers don't have specializations in this. They don't, like, gain experience or anything. I kind of think that's a good thing. I don't really think this game need to be, like, too much more complicated than it is. I feel like it's just the right level of complexity for what it is. Also, you know what? I might as well go ahead and lay out some paths up into the mountain. Help my beavers reach things. Make a ramp so there's... Oh, so there's fortunately, this came with natural slopes that we can use. I don't have... So, I don't have stair technology yet, although I'm almost there, according to our science people. But yeah, stairs and platforms are the key. Are the key to early expansion. I really, really, really want to get going on those. Yeah, our current problem right now is we have the logs. We'll see what happens. We've got the logs to dam the lake, but yeah. It's all just so damn far away. No pun intended. Yeah, because each beaver can only carry 2 logs. And the travel time on this is so long. I don't think we're gonna make it, but that's okay. I'm pretty sure we'll survive this first drought anyway. You got ramp size numbers. How you prioritize that versus platforms? You want stairs first, because without stairs, you can't guarantee that you can actually get up on the platforms. And we actually have makeshift platforms already. Our lodges are solid. Other buildings can be built on top of them, which means I can actually build paths on top of our lodges and more stuff on top of them. All I need are stairs to get up there. And in fact, I could run paths from here across the tops of our lodges and build stuff up there. And I probably will too. But platforms are what are... They're going to free us up to build more easily there. Oh, man, we actually almost got this thing dammed up. I think we're going to miss it by 1. But it may take, it may actually take time for the lake to drain out completely. So, actually, is there any way I could... I'm going to extend their working hours. I'm actually going to put them on a 24-hour schedule until they finish. They're going to hate me for it. But this is in the name of survival. We need... And you can see here the flow of this water has changed because we've dammed it. Okay, so the drought has started, which means now as this water flows out, nothing's going to replace it, and the overall water level of the lake is going to drop. Come on, guys, you're almost there. Come on, guys, you're almost there. Come on, you can do this. I believe in you. Stop that water. Okay, cool, we did it. All right, so go back to your normal work schedule here. All right, so we've actually managed to dam the lake. So once the last of this water drains off, yeah, see? All right, cool. We're good. We're safe. So, this is one of the big advantages of this map. Yeah, we don't have a whole lot of space to work with, but on other maps where you're working with, like, rivers and stuff... Oh, yeah, they're super tired now. On other maps where we're working with rivers, you got to work a lot harder to preserve your water source, and a lake of this size... Like, even during droughts, like, we're not going to run out of water. So that's actually one huge weight off my soul here. All right, with that done, I'm going to reduce the building workers. All right, Helvete, apparently you found your calling as a builder. So, looks like our Dominic's gonna be our new Hell Runner. I need one more. I'm disappointed the weird thing on top of the science building isn't spinning. That's because its worker is sleeping right now. Here, wait until they get up in the morning. There goes. And it has sound effects for spinning, too. Buster V, welcome to Beaver Civilization. I will make you our youngest beaver. Oh, that's right. Your name is capitalized. Unlike most of the folks around here. Dump it there, might get burned down by wildfires or flood. No, the science facility here is 100% safe. All right, let's see here. We gotta throw Justin Brett in here. There we go. So let's see here. Bearded Canadian is a builder. Arcane is our berry gatherer. Brunhilde is our scientist. Chaos is a farmer. Dave Thulu manages the city's water supply. Helveet's a builder. Mizroy's a lumberjack. MST3 Kayer is a farmer. Numberless Dread is our forester. Our Dominic runs in the hamster wheel. Shadows is a farmer. This asshole is a lumberjack. And then Buster V, Justin Brett are both children. And Fury Fighter. Fury Fighter is going to be a children too. Everybody's hungry for some reason. I guess they're working too hard because we are full up on carrots, man. We got all the carrots. Kits, thank you. Fury is a child. All right. Actually, looking at this, Dread, you are very bad at feeding yourself, but don't worry, it worked out. All right. Looks like Tangen is almost an adult, and they are probably going to be our next plank constructor. Yeah, I know building wax workers. All right. So right now, actually, Helveet. Oh no, Bearded Canadian. You're gonna work in the lumber mill for now. We'll just have one builder because we're not building anything right now. Oh, you can see the bad water evaporated, so it actually went down a whole level. This stuff here is corruption. So one of the things that bad water does is it spreads through the soil and corrupts it and kills plants. We're going to have to deal with that when we hit bad tides. And that will be a real struggle. Okay. All right. Tangen grew up. They can go back to being one of our builders. Okay, so we need... What do we need next? We only have one open bed. So we need more housing. I will build... Let's see here. Don't need any of the new house types yet. We'll build a new house here. Be nice if we can move soil. Eventually, yes. That is way off in the future, but yes. And build this pile in such an awkward spot, but we'll fix that later. We can rearrange stuff eventually. Right now we're dealing with tight confines here. We'll work it out. And you know what? I'll build another lodge over here. We'll have two new lodges to expand because we need more workers. All of our current industries are spoken for now. You know what I'm gonna do? Since Beaver Society is just humming along right now and we seem to be weathering the drought no problem, I'm gonna give our beavers a little fun. We're gonna build them a campfire to hang out. sing songs, be all friendly like. And then I am I? Oh, we need teeth grindstone. We'll plop one of these just kind of out of the way. Here, this will be perfect. Teeth grindstone is used to sharpen broken teeth. Broken teeth is like a beaver-specific medical condition. Mostly afflicts lumberjack beavers. Fortunately, nobody's fallen prey to it yet, but we need to have one somewhere just to keep things going. All right, I am gonna start spending our science on pathing and structures. We're gonna unlock wooden stairs, and when we get to 100, we're gonna unlock platforms. Do Iron Teeth start with more tech trees? No, just different. Their technology is really just different. Alright. Trying to think how I want to expand from here. There's a lot of stuff we can do. Honestly, I think one of the oh, there's one. Zoltageb busted his teeth, so now he's grinding them out on this thing. If I can show you that. There he goes. But yeah, you were asking about moving soil. So the big things that'll let us do crazy landscaping is explosives factory and dynamite. Dynamite can blow up sections of land, and then over here, eventually we'll be able to build dirt excavators and set new terrain blocks. So yeah, we will be moving earth eventually. This little guy's chilling for the evening. Who's here? We got Chaos, Arcane, Brunhilde, Shadows. Shadows, I messed up your name. I put a slash at the end. There we go. And then, oh, it's bedtime. Everybody's off to bed. Oh, okay, we have 3 new beavers just grew up. So honestly, I think the first thing I want another inventor. I want more science. Because I want to get stuff unlocked. Did I die yet? No. Nope, you're still kicking somehow. You're hanging in there. I'm gonna build this one here on top of this lodge, because that looks cool. And then we'll path. We'll do a path this way. There we go. So yeah, we're gonna do a lot of vertical building in this because of how cramped we are. Actually, what we're really gonna do, once I get these platforms unlocked. Platforms, double platforms, and triple platforms. I want all 3 of these. Once we get these unlocked, we're gonna expand into the water. My first big long-term project, I want to unlock... Actually, yeah, we can't... Okay, never mind, we can't do that. Large water pumps require a lot more tech than we have right now. About a fluid dump. We might do fluid dumps. The drought has ended and cycle 2 has begun, chat. I think cycles are effectively months. So I'm going to go ahead and save over the original Bubtopia here. So I'm going to save over Bubtopia whenever I'm about to take our civilization in a big new direction. I'll save before every drought and bad tide, too. So, okay, the lake should be... Well, the lake is so big you won't really be able to see it, but the lake is going to fill back up and eventually it's going to overspill this dam. The dam is at a set height. There are other kinds of dams. Floodgates. Floodgates can be built to adjustable heights and let you build much more complicated flow systems. How are these guys doing? All right, these guys have basically cut down everything they can. I'm gonna do... All right, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna run a little bit more pathing up here. I'm gonna put a lumberjack flag. Oh no, that's not gonna work. It's gotta be like that. All right, I'm gonna put one lumberjack flag up here, and I'm gonna put one over here. And I'm gonna move these two. I'm gonna deprioritize them. So Mizroy is gonna move from here up to here. And then I'm gonna move this guy from here to here. Oh wait, Mizroy is gonna work over there. Wait, who's working? Fury Fighter's working up there. Bro, I don't even need you. Alright, we'll get rid of these. You know what I'd really like to do, honestly? I'd really, really, really like to move our log pile. It's not going to be the most efficient thing in the world, but I'm at least going to start. All right, I have the science for platforms. So we're going to unlock platforms. Okay, so here's the deal. So platforms can be built in water, and they are solid, which allows you to build on top of them. The issue with these platforms is they're only 1 square, and this is 2 squares deep. So I actually really want taller platforms to build out into here. I realize we also have another problem. Oh man, okay. So the natural progression from this point is to build, expand access to food for their well-being. Because all we have right now are carrots. I need new farms for sunflowers, potatoes, chestnuts, wheat, and all that. There's a couple kinds of food, though, that are only grown in water. And the water needs to be a specific depth. And I realize now that there's nowhere to grow those on this map. So that's going to complicate things. I gotta think about this. Gotta think about how I want to do this. I think what I'm actually going to do is work my way towards a fluid dump. That won't work. That won't work either, though. Fluid dumps can be used for irrigation, but you need a place to dump the water. I think we're just gonna have to expand around the lake. I think that might be the only thing I can do. There's just not a whole lot of room to work. But if I clear this area out, we'll have a lot more room to work. Well, let's see here. What kind of stuff do we want to build? Farmhouse can do sunflower seeds, potatoes, and wheat. We're gonna need gears at some point, which are also powered. Metalworking. Metal, sources of metal. There's a source of metal over here. These old city ruins can be mined out for scrap metal. That's pretty far away. I think unique physical features around other crater lakes you need to expand towards. Metal, basically. We're gonna need metal at some point. The other sources of metal are in the Badwater Lakes. So yeah, I think our main concern right now, I think the first thing I'm going to want to do is expand this way and build out to here. That way I'll have at least a bit more room for farming. Honestly, you know what? If I took out... If I remove the berries, I could build a new farm over here. And do a bit of farming here. We are about stuffed up on carrots. But we're gonna need that as civilization expands too. Decisions. All right. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tear out the berries. I want this for farming area, and I'll leave the berries up here. I think I'll also, because we have so many carrots, I think I'll clear this particular planting area here. So yeah, we're gonna clear all this up for new farmland. Oh, you know what? I got some extra beavers. I'll let them work there for now. That'll make this all go a lot faster. Helveet, Buster V, and 2 randos. Alright, to keep things going with our berries, I'm gonna get rid of this gatherer flag, so sorry, Arcane. And then we're gonna build our first set of stairs. I'm gonna build some stairs right here. And I will put a new gatherer flag right across from it. And so we'll still be able to gather berries from this ledge up here, but I really think that's about all we need because we have a warehouse full of them. Oh, this is actually really helpful now. Now that we have ladders, I can do something I've been wanting to do. Except kind of an awkward way it's laid out. All right. I'm gonna be a little mean here, and I'm gonna clear this planting area too. So I need this area. I think we got plenty of carrots. These carrots aren't going anywhere for right now anyway. But it's time to expand our means. And build us another efficient farmhouse here. Yeah, that reaches plenty far. I got plans, chat. I'm pretty excited about these plans. In fact, I can go ahead and show you how this is gonna work. I'm gonna build. Oh, I gotta order them to remove the resources. Damn. Okay. Yeah, I gotta tell them to get rid of these too. That'll be their project for tomorrow. Looks like Arcane is back to berry farming, such as it is. All right, chat. Here's a question for you. I can't do wheat yet. Should we do sunflower seeds or potatoes next? What you think? Sunflowers? Potatoes? Potatoes? Taters? Seems like folks are excited about taters. I know it works better in this game, but I love potatoes. I think potatoes are a good choice. I'll say that. I forget let's see. The grill. Okay. We're just gonna have to slap a grill down somewhere. As a potato dish was grilled, will that take more technology? Yes, we need an interim building. We need a grill. Grills make roast potatoes, grilled chestnuts, and grilled spatterdock. I'm gonna go with potatoes first because they're the most efficient out of those. Yeah, a bunch more beavers joining site. Oh, now I can do this. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna build stairs right here. I'm gonna build our first ever platform, and I'm actually gonna build a couple of these out to here. I'm gonna lay down some path, and then we're gonna have 2 new warehouses up here on top of the originals. This one is going to be for grilled potatoes. And the next one, I haven't decided yet. We'll see. Let's see. Unfortunately, I have no builders right now. I have no builders. All right, we need to plant potatoes. Must plant. Actually, I gotta lay this out first. We'll do the grill here on the corner, and then we'll lay out potato fields like so. Hopefully that'll be enough potatoes. Do you have to store the raw taters separately? So farmhouses have a certain amount of storage. They can store 50 resources. So I'm gonna hope that this will work out. That we can just store the raw potatoes here, bake them in the grill, and then stock up here. Otherwise, I'll make the second warehouse for raw potatoes, and this poor guy that works at, whoever it is that works at this grill is gonna have to run back and forth, and it's gonna suck. I need... more workers. The main thing I need right now. And we have 7 kids, and none of them are going to grow up anytime soon. So, let's see. I'm going to set priority on this to normal. Numberless Dread, I'm going to drag you away from the forestry industry for a bit. To go back to building. And I think I'm going to grab one of each of our farmers. What's up, Austin Spafford? Good to see you. Love them anyway. The classic baked potato can do no wrong. So here we go. Vertical construction chat. God love it. There we go. And then, yeah, this isn't set to anything right now. It's probably going to be sunflower seeds next, so I'll just set it to that. So while looking map for this, honestly, the demo seemed more like a simple... Yeah, this one's more of a challenge map. It's 7 giant craters. And I really don't have a whole lot of space to build right now. So we're contending with that right now. Eventually we're gonna get to the point where we can drain these and make more space for ourselves to work. But right now, we're working within the constraints that we have. It's going okay so far. We made a decent start of it. We've survived 1 drought already. I'm starting to expand our food supply from carrots into potatoes. I think the next thing I'm going to need to do is expand water access. And actually, if I have double... Yes, I can afford double platforms now. We're going to do that. Okay, so... This is going to be expensive, but I'm going to do it. I mean, it's not like we're doing anything else with our, we're not doing anything else with our log money anyway. So we're gonna build some double platforms out into here. Which is the big water storage? Big water storage needs gears. I'm not ready to deal with that yet. Let's see. And you can stack platforms on top of each other to do crazy shit like this. I might move this inventor. Yeah, I'm gonna have a much easier time with this if I just move this inventor. So I'm gonna do that. Ooh, wait, no. Don't accept goods. Yeah. We're gonna empty this building. I'm gonna demolish it, and I'm gonna build some other stuff here. Yes, it is absolutely 100% possible to build on piers. Okay, sorry, what are we doing here? Ah, okay, so this is ready. We're gonna make grilled potatoes, and... we have 3 workplaces that need workers. Okay, that's empty. Let's demolish it. All right, for now, I think what we'll do... They're still working on that. All right. Sorry, Brunhilde. I gotta reclaim this. Actually, we'll reduce the number of builders right now. What has nothing to do in range? Oh, you have nothing to do in range. Perfect. We'll lower that priority. Nothing. I see how it is. Look, Beaver Society is very equitable, okay? Every beaver must do their part. All right, I'll build the next science facility here. I think that'll be okay. I got a plan here. Plan the first remnant. Gave some pretty beautiful visuals. This is quite a project we have going right here. I need to path out to here. Oh, we're waiting for more logs is the thing. Okay. The red water is bad water. It's poison. So yeah, we build around the natural blue water. The red water, you can see, leaves these like these corrupted veins in the ground. It kills plants. So yeah, that's one of the things we have to contend with. I'll let y'all know. Bad water comes from different sources than regular water. It comes from a bad water source. And eventually, we will have the technology to dam it up. Like, to seal it off. So that's one of our end game goals here. Is to seal up all the bad water on the map so we don't have to deal with this shit. We do need it for bombs. Like, bad water does have its purposes. Actually, I realized I didn't want to make that far. Yeah, there we go. Why my mom's potted plant while she's away? It's pretty relaxing. You eventually filter the bad water, good water. No. You can get rid of it. That's the only thing you can really do. Oh, Buster V, you're a baker now. Congratulations. Yeah, we gotta wait for the potato harvest for this to get going. Loving the simplicity of bad water. One of the nice things about the aesthetic in this game is the beavers just call them like they see them. Like, the water is bad. It is bad. It is bad water. Bad water bad because of bad parenting? Yes. It's because the stupid idiot humans Oh, Brunhilde, you're still a scientist. You did not tolerate that. Nor should you. Alright, we're almost there. We're almost there. Once we get these platforms built, we can get going on a new water source and more water. Because I think our society has grown to the point that this one water pump... Oh, Fury Fighter's working there. Where the hell is Dave? I think I can re-expand these. Oh, shit. We have an injured beaver. What the hell? A bearded Canadian. What the hell happened to you, man? What did you do? All right, well, we need new technology then. We need a medical bed. And I can't get a medical bed yet. All right, please stand by while we work up the tech for medical beds. Oh, I need to reprioritize this. Got 2 there. I do want 3 working at all of our... Actually, you know what? No, I think we can pull this... I think we can pull this back down. So we can get one forester. Yeah, Gonog will be our forester now. What a name. And then we still need about 17 planks, I think. Our industry is very modest because we don't have... Aww. Oh, look at him. He's limping around on a bad foot. So injured beavers won't do anything. They won't work. They hang out until their injury goes away. So basically, Bearded Canadian is just gonna mooch off of society until we get him some free health care. Which is how things should be. Big mood, yeah, seriously. Make no mistake, chat. We should be taking care of our most vulnerable. While all this is going on, I'm gonna go ahead and build some more water tanks over here. Because this platform is gonna be for a new water pump. Assuming I built this... Yes, I built this thing correctly. Yeah. I basically built a pier for a water pump. Yeah, it seems to me, chat, the biggest problem on this map, aside from the lack of space to work with, which we can solve with clever use of platforms and whatnot, is power. We really, really don't have a good source of power. Araldabor, thank you so much for subscribing for 40 months, dude. That is so generous of you. I really appreciate it. Can't harvest his organs or exile it. So yeah, we need more beaver treadmills. Yeah, that's really not a great solution, but for now, there's not a whole lot I can do. Without proper terraforming technology, my options are extremely limited here. I could construct with dynamite. I could blast out parts of this and basically build an intense water flow that we could then use for power. But I don't have... I need industry to get to that point. That's the problem. And our industry is presently very modest. Alright, we're down to... We need 13 more planks. Oh shit, we just had a bunch of beavers grow up. Okay, cool. Well, that means I can get folks back in these farms. I could... I could build another plank workshop. There's nothing stopping me. Oh, hang on, real quick. Well-being, medical bed. Alright, now we can do medical beds. I will build them up here. We'll build 2 of them. Oh, I think a bearded Canadian might have gotten better on their own. Well, good for them. All right, yeah, I'm just gonna build another. I'm gonna build another plank factory. Let's build 2 small piles over here for planks. I need lumber mill. Like so, and unfortunately we need that power wheel. Wait a minute! No, we don't. I can use the bad water flow. That is a rushing bad water river, chat. Never mind. New plan. What's up, Trade On? How you doing tonight? Here we go, chat. We're gonna build a proper water wheel. I don't know why I didn't think about this sooner. I'm an idiot, that's why. Okay. There we go. We'll build it like so. Did I? Oh, I need to expand the number of builders. Clearly. Alright, here we go. This is gonna be great. Why didn't... Chat, I'm an idiot. Why didn't I think of that sooner? This is the perfect river for this, too. It is nice and wide. Oh, all my industry can go over here, chat. This is gonna solve all of our problems. Hi, chat. I can start working other stuff, too. Also, we finally need that other lumberjack over here. Is it hard to run the power from that back to all the buildings? No, I'm going to build the buildings over here. That's what I'm going to do. This is going to be where our industry is going to be, because industry doesn't need like fertile land. This is one of the more complicated splits in this game. You need flowing water to power your industries, but you also need fertile land to grow stuff. And when you're dealing with fresh water, both of those things are in the same place. But because of the layout of this map, I have still fresh water that can make the land fertile, and I have flowing bad water, which can power my industries. I can build all kinds of factories and crap on this corrupted land, and it makes no difference whatsoever. All this corruption does is kill plants. So this is perfect. This is exactly what I needed, frankly. This is going to work out extremely well. Especially if this thing flows as hard as I think it's going to. Oh, God, yeah. Plank workshops need 50 horsepower to run. This one's power output is 116. This is great, chat. This is party time right here. Okay, so we're gonna do that. I'm gonna build a proper large pile over here. Planks. And everything is gonna be great. In fact, I might tear this one down. Because this is some prime real estate over here for a water pump. Speaking of which, I can actually build that water pump now. Now that I've built this platform out into the lake. There goes the Great Beaver exercise plan. It does, yeah. More is the pity. You digging up a graveyard for your industry? Don't worry, it's a human graveyard. It doesn't count. It's fine. Everything's fine. Also, we need more houses, chat. Where are we at on housing research? Not quite where I want to be yet. I'm gonna build... I can do some really funky stuff here, honestly. Alright, you're gonna have to trust me on this, chat. I'm actually going somewhere with this. Literally. Let's see. Let's run this back here. Build stairs here and a platform and connect that path. There we go. So we're gonna have, yeah, I'm gonna build up into the mountains for our residential district. Is the bad water really just salt water? No, actually it isn't. You can send your beavers to go swimming in bad water for like construction projects and stuff, or if there's a bad water flood, they can get covered in it. They turn into zombies. They don't die. It doesn't kill them, but they turn into zombies and they have to be cured. Oh, look, baked potatoes. Yep, zombievers. There's actually a section of the tech tree for that. The herbalist. The herbalist creates antidotes that cure contaminated beavers. It's salt water, yeah. Eventually, we will probably need to do that because when we get to the point where we want to seal up the bad water sources, that can be dangerous business. Okay. We may actually need more forestry beavers. Or we may need to expand our forestry industry because we're a bit low on logs at the moment. Haven't decided what I want to do about that yet. We got a lot of stuff to construct right now, and we don't really have enough wood. But I also don't have enough people to work on it. Oh, but our beavers are happy. Look. All of their basic needs except wet fur are satisfied. They now have carrots and grilled potatoes and a campfire. We're doing good. Start building with dried human corpses. Yeah, right now, I think we kind of just gotta be patient. I think we just gotta wait for everything to work out. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do? I've decided. I'm gonna disassemble the old lumber mill. And the old power wheel. So, our Dominic, you're free. We're gonna reclaim that wood. We'll reclaim that wood. I'll get another lumberjack beaver over here. Is there a church? Under well-being, let's see. There is a contemplation spot that we will unlock. The beavers revere nature, basically. Their religion is nature. We can unlet... Oh, there's a drought approaching. Hang on. And we are actually in pretty bad shape in terms of water, so... we gotta get this stuff moving in a hurry. I can demolish this. I can empty this. I misread Bubtopia's Bulbapedia. Yeah, I gotta prioritize this, actually. The main thing we need right now is we need to finish construction this water pump so that we can double our water output. Because right now we don't have enough water. We're actually running negative on water. Okay, so now we're good. Titamor is handling that. Hopefully with 2 water pumps we'll be okay. Alright, that small pile can be demolished. I will put up another lumberjack flag. Doesn't actually matter where. There we go. Bearded Canadian. Sawing up planks. Unconnected building. Oh, right, yeah, because they're building this stuff out of order. It's okay. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Everything's gonna be fine. because they're short on planks. We have nothing. Once it's all connected up, we'll get more baby beavers going and everything. Everything's gonna be great, chat. Beavers. Kits. I keep forgetting they're called kits. Apparently we're having trouble keeping grilled taters in stock. Oh, you need to... Yeah, you need to prioritize potatoes. And you need to prioritize carrots. Everyone loves a log. You're gonna love a log. Oh my god. Yes, they include the glue and paint. I want to build... Well, no, I shouldn't worry about that yet. Okay, so... Residential district's coming along fine. We got 7 beds here. More babies are being born immediately. They're not waiting. What is this? Oh, nobody's wearing the gathering flag. I guess it's really not that important, honestly. We got plenty of... We have plenty of food, that's the thing. As long as we don't run out of food completely, we're in good shape. We will deal with the potato flow at some point, but right now, our priority is getting everything constructed and in good shape, and I forget what else we were building at the moment. Oh, yeah, these paths. Okay, cool. That will actually make things a lot easier. Now I see Gundam beavers. Yeah, planks are currently in high demand. What's next, chat? What's next? We have a lot of science. We have a whole lot of science at the moment. I really want triple lodge, honestly. I also want triple platform. Of course, maybe we should just we should focus on. Probably focus on expanding our technology base. Could I... I'm looking at it. Honestly, just be easier to do it over here. I want to build another wood pile over here so they don't have to go as far. Okay, the drought has begun. The begun of drought. Beaver got old and died. Oh, Mizroid died of old age. Oh, did Arcane die too? Yep, Arcane Tradition died of old age. Okay, so this is one of the early challenges in the game. You start with 12 beavers at the beginning. 8 adults and 4 children. All of the adults are roughly the same age. So there's this really awkward die-off. A little ways into the... Like, after you've gotten established, there's this really awkward die-off that you have to get past. Because all of your starting beavers were around the same age. So we're going to have to deal with... we might have to deal with a bit of an employment shortage here. And we may need to prioritize workplaces. Depending. Oh, that's the other thing. During droughts, the water stops flowing, including bad water. No new bad water is produced, so. Alright, well that's fine. We'll lower priority on this for now. More crop types make better nutrition. No, there's no... Okay, so... You might see this as a negative in the game. There's actually no mechanical benefit to increasing your beaver's well-being. It doesn't actually do anything. It doesn't make them more efficient or anything like that. It's basically just a side goal. It's something to do, which I think is fine, personally. It opens up the game to be played the way you want. If you want to build a brutal, nihilistic, industrial beaver society with, like, no creature comforts whatsoever, you can do that. I don't, because I'm not a monster. But I do think it's cool that the game basically allows for that. You know, one of the drawbacks of having a mechanical benefit to everything is that everything then becomes required. I would argue you're a monster at this very... Now, why would you go and say a thing like that? All right, anyway, what do we need next? One of the big hurdles in this game is increasing your science output. I want to get to an observatory at some point, but it requires 1,000 science points and tech that we don't have. So we have a lot of logs. It might be a good idea to expand our industries. I think I will do that. And I think I'm going to start by building a platform bridge across here. Which they're not going to do because it requires planks. So, never mind. Now, what I can do, maybe? No, I can't. Well, there's no perfect source of power in this game, frankly. There's just nothing to be done about it. Garden gnomes were initially statues meant to scare away fae and leprechauns because they were terrifying. The other thing I can do... Let me see how many water wheels... Okay, so we can get 3 across here. And we can get 3 across here, too. I think I'm going to go ahead and build a new water wheel back here. That'll give our beavers something to do. I really like that we don't have to worry about droughts on this map. Like, that is honestly a huge load off. Also, we're gonna have a baby explosion in like a couple months or something here. You get some sleep. I want to stop in and see beavers. I'm glad you did, Tradon. Thanks for coming by. We'll see you next time. Also, everybody, don't forget to vote. This is a democratic playthrough. We're only playing with our beavers until y'all get tired of it, okay? So if you're enjoying this and if you want more tomorrow, make sure to vote that way. All right, so now with that, guess I missed out on the end of Alchemy. Oh, Atelier? Yeah. Yeah, we finished Atelier last week. And yeah, we did some other building games already. I mean, it's all in the VODs. I would encourage you to check it out. There was some cool stuff. I'm thinking, chat, actually, I might go straight into the Triple Lodge. Because it houses a lot of beavers, and space is at a premium here. And it only costs logs. It's just... No, I think I may need to work on other stuff first. I'm gonna put up another lumber mill over here. That should be perfect, actually. I might want to improve this whole path. Oh, look at this! Titamor is just, out for a gaze. That beaver is talking Simlish. Yeah. Yeah, they do. Alright, you know what? What does it take for this? 100 for Gear Workshop? We are gonna need that. We are gonna need that, though. New headcanon, this post-apocalyptic future of SimCity after someone kept button mashing disaster. Alright, I'm gonna deprioritize these for now. I really want... Man, I really want to build a pile over here. I really want to build a pile over here. It would take a lot of... How long are these going to take? Alright, I tell you what. I'm actually going to do a carve out here. Because I think it'll improve efficiency. Am I dead yet? Who we got? We got Bearded Canadian, Brunhilde, Buster, Fury... Yeah, you're dead. Yeah, actually you died. I'm going to... unmark this particular planting area. Because we're gonna build a pile there eventually. You're still alive, yeah. Shocking, I know. Alright. Drought is over. Request another beaver, can they become motherfucker the prophesized? What I'm gonna do, you can request new beavers every night. Because honestly, I think at the speed that I play, most people's beavers are gonna die each night. That's just the way it goes. So you can re-request your beavers each evening. Remember the time Tina played Wobble Dogs? My dog had possibly huge front legs and possibly tiny back legs. I spent 3 streams on my ass. Okay, alright, we are going to reduce this and get these guys going. I know the building needs power. I'm not stupid, video game. We'll get there. Don't worry. Everything's gonna be fine. The other thing I'm gonna need to do, actually, is, like... This is gonna be tricky, but... I need to actually make... I need to, like, carve a road through here. And we'll do it like that. We'll just unmark that planting area. They'll cut those trees down eventually, and then, yeah. I wanna expand this area. Because we need more logs. Logs for the log god. So here's what's happening. This Badwater Lake is slowly, and I do mean slowly, filling up. And then when it overruns its banks, like, you can almost... Yeah, you can just barely see it filling up. And then once it overflows, then yeah, there we go. I know. Building lacks power. I know. We're getting there. We're getting there. Yes, all of the liquid in this game has actual volume. It has a flow to it, as you can see here. It can disappear via evaporation, even. All right, y'all get back to work. We got shit to do. I am going to build a great beaver industry over here. A great beaver industry. Any drought is just beaver for summer. Alright, our grilled potato supply is filling up, so that's going okay. That's going fine. Alright, planks are being produced and expended. Well, I do have a kind of damn something instead. Never stop damming. A bearded Canadian has died of old age. Rip to a real one. But the babies are growing up, so it's fine. I might actually have the excess power to do the thing that I want to do. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and do this. We're going to build an entire platform set through here. There is a method to this madness, I promise. This is the foundation of an immense beaver industry, chat. Immense. In fact, I'm going to give them something else to do. We're just going to go all out. What I'm going to end up building 6 power wheels across here. Because we will need a shitload of power overall. I'm just getting out ahead of it. What's the deal with bad water? Bad water is contaminated water left over by the idiot humans who doomed the planet. Oh god, we have... Oh lord. We have so many beavers that want things to do. Shit. Well, obviously we need more builders now. Don't need more lumberjacking beavers. I will need more beavers, but I don't need them right now. But yeah, it's going to be an immense expenditure of logs, but it will be well worth it. I can almost build that new pile over here. Let's turn the ground all crackly. So we have a, yeah. So currently this network here puts out 250 horsepower and we're only using 50 of it. Oh, this is gonna be good, chat. Let me see here. I'm gonna go ahead and unlock it. I'm gonna unlock the gear workshop. Oh, it's not even that long. I'm gonna put it here and I'm gonna link this. I'll link all this stuff together using it. But first of all, I'm going to have them build these platforms. Do you need more processing stuff at the non-industry ends? No. As long as everything can get moved around to where it needs to be, we're good. Yeah, the issue here is this is so far away from the district center. I kind of need a different approach to doing anything out here. Yeah, this ended up being kind of an awkward spot. I have a plan, but it's going to take a while to come to fruition. Not going to get to it tonight, certainly. My main concern right here, the main thing that I want to do is I want to get a good balance of all of our resources going. I want logs in surplus, I want planks in surplus, and I want gears. Because that'll get us going on most of the things we want to build for the foreseeable future. Once that's once I have a reliable source of gears, we can start doing a lot of crazy stuff. Science ramping, I mean, honestly, you know what? There's nothing else going on right now for some of these guys. I could just build more science places for them to science their science. There's kind of no reason not to. Like, I got some unbusy beavers. And since I was threatening to do it anyway, and I've got the thing I wanted to unlock, I'm going to unlock the triple lodge. And we're going to make a beaver. This is why I did this. I wanted to slot the triple lodge in here. The thing about the double and triple lodges, the entrance is on the second floor. Which is specifically why I built this little area this way. So now we can greatly expand our beaver civilization. I just got to keep an eye on the water and the food. But if we get gears going, how much is? Well, hang on. How much is the big pump? The big pump needs treated planks. Treated planks. Okay, we can do that, actually. I can make that part of our whole industry over here. Maybe that'll be our big goal for tomorrow, is to get to an observatory and really make our science output explode. And then we can just start unlocking everything. You need a lot of science in this game. How bad is getting resin? It's easy. It's actually really easy. Pine trees, if you leave pine trees alone for a week after they mature, they produce pine resin. And then every week thereafter, they produce more. So all you need is a stand of pine trees that you don't cut down. I already have that over here. After that, we just need to build the wood workshop and connect everything up. And we'll be all set. And I'm gonna have that going. I might build a path over all this to shorten some of these distances, maybe. We'll see. Alright, those platforms, they can finish those no problem. So I'm going to go ahead and build the gear workshop here. And then gears are stored in warehouses. They get boxed up. So I'm going to put a gear warehouse here. And then I might also just build another... might build another plank workshop. Maybe across the way. Yeah, you know what? Why the hell not? Let's just go ham. Oh, no, wait. That's not gonna... Okay. Yeah, it wouldn't be connected to the power grid if I did that. So I want to get rid of that. Yep. Dominic's a goner. I'm apparently the coroner. Who's left, actually? Who's left of the originals? Brunhilde, Fury Fighter, Helvete, Justin Brett, MST, Numberless Dread. You're it. You're all that remains of the old guard. I'm alive! I lived, bitch. Ah! Aha. This area is clear. So I can make this a log pile. Yay, sucks being an old bitter beaver. Reading about beavers on Wikipedia, holy moly, they're way bigger than you thought? Really? I was unaware. Saying as I've discovered the fountain of youth and I ain't sharing. How we doing? Planks. We need planks for this gear workshop. Beavers are the size of a large child. That's kind of terrifying. Apparently raw potato... What is this? Oh, ingredients. That's our ingredients tab. Not our medicine tab. Potatoes don't actually count as medicine, chat. I would have told you otherwise, but... Hey, there we go. Alright. Gear workshop engaged. How are we doing on satisfaction? They're pretty satisfied. Holy shit, they filled this entire building up with, like, well, themselves. But also babies, chat. There's gonna... This is like the baby boomer generation of, of beavers. Cheers, Buster. Okay. Yeah, the die-off. It's complicated, man. All right, we've made our first gears. So, what's next? What's next? What's next? What's next? A wood workshop is absolutely within the realm of possibility. But we're going to need a lot of tech for it. We need a tapper's shack, and we need a wood workshop. And that tapper's shack is going to be in the middle of fucking nowhere. We're going to leave both the dams behind us. Alright, I need to figure out here, what have I set to cut? Alright, so let's actually unmark some of these pine trees. You really don't need a lot. We'll unmark those. I need space for a tapper's shack. And then what stores... trying to remember what stores pine resin. Okay, pine resin is stored in warehouses. That was an itty bitty baby one. Okay. So yeah, let's cut all that. I'll unmark. I think that's all we're gonna need to do, and then have them cut. And then I also want to unmark these and move that. Okay. All right, chat. I got plans. Got that beaver linguist. Y'all are bad. Alright, we're gonna stop this. Yep, pull those logs, that's fine. Alright, pop this. Alright, so we gotta move the pathing further back into here. And then I'm gonna put 2 more these. Kill that one. Yeah, I need to rearrange all the lumberjacking spots. Alright, we'll just go ahead and kill that one. I'm gonna put 2 more back here. So they can finish clearing this area out. Those trees are almost ready. In fact, I think we're gonna see this one sprout. I think. Nom 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 nom. Bloop. There it goes. There it goes. That's what we needed. This tree. This tree. Get this one. Get this one. Get this. I'm trying to build a fucking... trying to build a road here. This isn't complicated. Thank you, God. There. Alright, yeah, we're getting to the end of this district, too. This side, anyway. So the way this works, chat... What the hell was that? That was interesting. Grid layout. Everything... Your efficiency is basically determined by your distance from the district center. The further you get away, the longer it takes to do things, the harder it is to haul things out there, and so on and so forth. Oh, I just realized we need more water. We need more water, and I need to do that. This is going to be kind of a stopgappy water solution, but that's fine. Wow, that filled up real fast. Oh boy. Yeah, so what happens is when you get too far away from the district center, you can build a district crossing, and you can build a new district center. So we can actually build, on a map this big, we're going to end up building multiple beaver towns. And our second beaver town, I'll tell you right now, is going to be over here. I can assure you of that at this very moment. Yep, very own Beaveropolis. This is empty. I'm gonna I really want to get rid of it. Let me get rid of it. I think we can afford to move these around a bit. Tell you what. I'll build a second pile over here. That'll do. Because we're doing pretty good on our log flow. I gotta say. I'm gonna unmark that. I think I'm gonna have 4 lumberjacks out here. Now the drought's approaching. Cool. Should be no big deal again. Whoa, I have 13 unemployed beavers, chat. Holy Jesus. Oh boy. I need to make sure. Is everything optimized? Yeah, everything's optimized. Okay, okay. Oh boy. We gotta do something. We need, they need jobs. It's capitalism is alive. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be fine. Cause we got new work. We're gonna unlock the Tapper Shack. We're gonna go ahead and do that for 500. Once these guys get done gnawing these down, and while I die, these young kids can find their own labs. That's right, I can build more labs. God, I'm glad you keep saying that because I'm a moron and I keep forgetting it's true. This will be Science Mountain, chat. Actually, it really might. This will be a good place for the observatory. Nancy goddamn Pelosi over here. All children yearn for the science mines. The same amount of organs. Let's see. Okay, I can't expand housing yet because there's just too much shit going on. And I can't be assured of our food situation. There's some more well-being I can provide them. Showers. They would probably appreciate showers, chat. You know what? Let's unlock showers, and while we're waiting for all of our hopes and dreams to come true over in our foresting industry. No, we haven't been showering. There has been no... Yeah, there's a goddamn stinky places. I might have some idea. Alright, let's build us some double platforms out here. One here. There's some path here. This will be the bathing area. If I remember correctly... Yep, that'll work like that. So we'll do that. Just a bunch of cheesy beef. Oh, God. This probably smells like sweaty beef and feet. Y'all nasty, you know that? Y'all real nasty. These beavers are supposed to be damp, moist. No, that's the problem. I've been missing one of their most basic needs this entire time. Wet fur. They've been asking for it, and I have not been delivering. And that's on me, chat. That is very, very, very much on me. Actually, sorry, I need you to prioritize this. I need you to do this now, not later. Yep, it's... Chat, I'm sorry, but I've been... We've had no wet beaver this whole time. Also, I'm giving into my base instincts, and I'm going to build another lumber mill. We'll build it over here. Make things simple. Should name this place Ben Shapiro's wife. You know, I wish I could say I felt sorry for her, but she did actively make the decision to marry Ben Shapiro, so. Alright, I do need to expand housing. I can't leave things like this forever. Also, the droughts are getting longer, chat. I think that's important to note. Alright, I'm gonna build... What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna build a lodge here. When that lodge is done, I'm gonna demolish this one, and then we'll build another big lodge across from it. Why, I just want to die in the game so I can safely... You haven't died yet, have you? No, you're still kicking. No. Show me. Brune. No. You're 53. You're a 53-year-old beaver. You guys assume they don't have boys, babes on the side. Which might they steal from anyone? No. Oh no, Helvi. I'm sorry, Helvi. Helvi, how old are you? 51. You're all ancient. 53 just makes them. Jesus Christ, y'all. Jesus Christ, y'all. Oh no, that's right, during a drought, they're not gonna produce any power. Fine. They can't. Oh, the showers are working, chat. Look. Yes, I know there's an unconnected building because you don't have the planks, because there's no power. This doesn't smell like the worst thing I've ever smelled. A full grease trap that hadn't been emptied in weeks. God, can't imagine the horror. Okay, this didn't actually go the way I thought it would, so we're gonna do this a little bit differently. I'm gonna unmark these. And I'm gonna order you to demolish these, because I need them gone. I need them gone real bad. Not that it matters, because we're not gonna have the planks to build the things that I want. You guys look like bug scurrying instead of beaver. Yeah, because I'm on ×3 speed. And I just got them zooming around like crazy. This is how I play building games. I put on the max speed and I just pause whenever I need to do something. Because, I mean, there really is a lot of waiting in these, you know? Made fucking sludge cheese. Oh, that's horrible. That's so horrible. Alright, 2.5 more days of this. Perfect. I need you to build me the teeniest, tiniest little warehouse you have ever seen. It's so precious. And then eventually we're gonna need a tapper's shack. Eventually. Very eventually. Hey, Oddish, there's no power. Hey. I just realized something that we can do later. I can't do it now. I don't have the technology. But eventually we can make tunnels. And I'll actually be able to tunnel through this mountain over here. Because I've been thinking this whole time, I should just build a path over this. Like, take out some more of these trees and just do stairs up and over and around and such. But no, I can actually just do it. Look at the little beaver. They have nothing to do. They're just hanging out. Hey, Oddish. Hey, Oddish, did you know? Lack construction materials? Yeah, fucking did. I did, in fact, fucking know that. Thanks. Brunhilde died of old age. Ripped to a real one. Sad to see you. God damn it. Sad to see you go. But time catches up to us all. Time is the fire in which we burn. Will the science get? Yes. We have 10 unemployed beavers. They have nothing else to do. Speaking of which, give me that triple platform. I don't actually need it for anything right now, but I'm going to. Also, chat, we got zip lines, which I can't make because they need metal. We got suspension bridges. We got overhangs. They also need metal. 7 minutes till the hour. Will I make it? Who's left? Buster V, Fury Fighter, Helveet, Justin Brett, MST, Numberless Dread. Who's the oldest, I wonder? I don't think you can sort them by age. Yeah. No idea how well timed that death was. Another stream on the oldest beaver in the city. Not anymore. Past tense. Alright, we survived the drought. Of course we did. Droughts don't mean shit to us. That really is a huge advantage to this map. Gotta be honest. Dama, thank you so much for the raid. What's going on tonight? Don't mind me, just building a prosperous beaver civilization here. Good evening, Ethio. Good to see you. Hello, hello. What were y'all up to tonight? Look, you see me, 320. Yeah, Brunhilde passed away of old age, so embittering. Beavers are good. I'm playing on one of the stranger maps. It's basically 7 giant crater lakes. So our area to build is very limited, but I'm making it work right now. And then eventually, once we get to actual terraforming technology, I can start emptying these out. What's up, Keldroth? What in the Wilson cam? You know, every once in a while, I'm taken with a wild urge to honor my gnomish ancestors, and we go into gnome mode, and tonight is one of those blessed nights. More like the wild point. Shh! Don't ruin this for me. Now I just need this water flow to get going again, so my industries will start back up. Thank you. Thank you kindly for that. I'm gonna expand this even further, honestly. I'm gonna build another water wheel and yet another plank factory. Because I want all the planks. All of them. How are we doing with well-being? Okay, wet fur. We're getting there on wet fur. I think I might actually need more showers. Perhaps. Yeah, we had no showers for like 4 years. Should have backup beaver wheels for the drought times? It wouldn't be enough. The power drain on this right now. So this power grid, it draws 270 horsepower. It currently produces about 320. Now I'm going to add another wheel, but I'm also going to add another lumber mill, which is going to take the overall draw to about 320. So, and each of the manual wheels produces 50. So I would need 7 power wheels just to keep the industries running. Now, I could build like 1 or 2 to keep 1 or 2 of the plank factories working. And now that I'm saying that out loud, I might actually do that. It would be a smart thing to do, especially with all the surplus. Oh, shit. I forgot to do a thing. My beavers aren't going to like me for doing this, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to build a platform here. I'm going to build a path here. Once that's built, I'm going to demolish this lodge. And I'm going to build a bigger one in its place. MST, you had a good run there, buddy. You had a good run, but it's over now. All right, we've got our first pine resin. This wasn't XCOM. God, you know, it's been so long now, but I still think about XCOM from time to time. XCOM Apocalypse was so much fun. One of these days, chat, one of these days, I am gonna play another XCOM. I have a 99% chance of remembering XCOM, so I never have. XCOM 2 is quality. I want to go back and replay XCOM Enemy Unknown. And then do XCOM 2 after that. My Master Chalice instead is $3 to buy the bundle with soundtrack for some reason. Huh, that's really weird. All right, sorry beavers. Sorry you're homeless now, but don't worry, we're gonna fix this. I'm gonna build a giant lakeside lodge for you, and it's gonna be great. You're gonna love it, and look, you can get to your house via bridge. Erasto's like, this is cool. These are my new neighbors. Really want to punch yourself in the nuts, play Terror from the Deep. Someday I will. Like, XCOM is one of those series that eventually I do want to stream all of them. I do. Even the bad ones. Even the really bad ones. I want to do it. Okay. What was I going to do next? All right, we have roughly 130 excess power. I could build a wood workshop. No, I couldn't. This needs 250 horsepower. And more science than I'm currently outputting. Reboot XCOM 2 is good. Original XCOM 2. Yeah, I know all the stories about Terror from the Deep. I have heard all about it. Okay. We're going to do some well, not necessarily improved, but additional pathing. Put some stairs there, and we're gonna put some stairs there. And then, for now, fill this in and build 2 more water wheels. And that should give us enough power for a wood workshop. Food supplies are still holding up. Water supplies, kind of. But if we can get to treated wood, I can do a large water pump. Actually, chat, I could do an observatory right now. I'm not going to, but we actually have the tech that we need for an observatory. I think the observatory is going to take a little bit of extra engineering here. I think I'm going to have to get kind of weird on this. Helvete! 2 minutes past midnight was the end of your reign. So it goes. Alright, 2 more water wheels. Another 100 logs going out. Yeah, Dread, you passed on as well. Only survivors now are Buster V, Fury Fighter, and Justin Brett. They're the only ones left. They're the only ones. A sad loss indeed. Ah, shit, chat. Should I do? No. No, I'm gonna do the wood workshop first. I want those pine boards, the treated boards. I think we're gonna have to do some more complicated engineering. I got an idea. 2.5 hours is a very good run. Don't sell yourself short. You done good. You done real good. Helvete, you outlived everyone who's named to the stream chat. That's right, you did, didn't you? You were the last of the original settlers. There's a feather in your cap. You know what? Fuck it. More science! I'm even gonna prioritize this. Maximum science. I did. I built 2 of the big apartment blocks, actually. One is right here. It's got a nice view of the crater lake. And the other one is wedged right here in the middle. Science! Oh yeah, we're ticking away now. No problem. No problem. Oh my god. Okay, this is a really, really powerful... We're good, chat. We're good. We have a really, really powerful power output here. My mother replaced the first set of beavers with Badoo for the second set with Badoo. Come on, guys, you got this. The thing that I really, 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 really want is a major... I want one of the big water pumps. In fact, I want 2 of the big water pumps. I'm going to build them both over here. And then I'm going to figure out where to cram... I'm going to figure out where to cram some bigger water tanks. And I haven't figured that out yet. Probably just gonna get rid of this large pile, actually. Actually, that's exactly what I'm going to do, I think. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Let's get rid of that, because we're not going to need it. I start slowly collecting everything vaguely yawning. Alright, are we done yet? God, just finish it. It's not that complicated. Also, let's see about this woodwork shop. Oh, it's long. That's what I was hoping. Because that means I can cram it right in here. Perfect. It's perfect, chat. Everything is working out perfectly. Okay, that's done. Let's demolish. Hang on, I just want to make sure. I want to make sure I'm just getting rid of the walkways and not the actual platforms. Good, okay. Now, install a woodwork shop here. All right, and then we're gonna need another. I'm not gonna put the pile over there. That wouldn't make any sense. I'm gonna put the pile over here, and it will accept treated planks. And then once that's done... More showers, Oddish! Fury is passed on to the great beaver beyond. Alright, large water pump is 400. That'll be easy enough to do. And then... What's the water depth here? It's actually deep enough right there. Good. We're also gonna need medium tank. All right, Dead Bath and Beaver Beyond. I wanna, okay, so I kind of need to do this in order. I want to build the big pump first. Then I'm going to build some water tanks over here. How are we doing? Pretty good, actually. It's just so far away, our builders have to run a really, really long way. Seriously, talk about what you're doing. I think your strategy is sound. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm glad you approve. Water is the only thing that really scares me right now. I know I need to be looking out for food, but the fact that we haven't really been dropping off in carrots or berries yet means we're okay. And if I have, we'll just eat the dead. And if we have the more advanced construction materials and resources, and if we can get a shitload of science going, then I think we're gonna be in good shape. I think everything's gonna be fine. Also, Rijamar over here has filled up his shack with pine resin, and there's nothing else to be done about it, so yeah. I'm also gonna have him, I'm gonna have them cut through here, because I'm gonna need this space eventually. Because we are, okay, so now, since it seems like we're getting all of our industries and stuff finalized, everything's working out okay. It seems like the next thing I'm going to do is probably work on building a second district across the way, because our population is big enough. And I really, really need the space for Well, I need the space for more farmland. There's another drought approaching. How y'all doing on wet fur? Still need more showers. Not quite there on showers. And starting to fall behind on campfires, too. Campfires are hard to keep up with. I'm actually going to throw these guys a bone right now and build another one. Like right here. But someday we're going to need to reclaim this space. It's going to be needed. It's kind of like I haven't built anything here yet because I know I'm going to need it. I just haven't decided what for. We have a lot of space here on the mountain that I haven't really optimized yet. Because consider, we have almost 50 beavers right now, and they all live right here. This is where all of our beavers live. Right here. So right now, we're just waiting until we hit 400 science so I can build a large water pump. Make an observatory at endgame on a mountain is a classic place. The funky thing about the observatory, it's not actually influenced by its elevation and it needs power. So you actually tend to build it kind of low. Like, honestly, to get a little bit ahead of myself, also, this looks really cool here. With all the running, spinning bits here. My plan for the observatory, because right now we only have an excess of like 190 horsepower, and the observatory needs 200. And there's no more space to cram water wheels in here. What I want to do is I want to build water wheels at the foot of this waterfall. And then, like, maybe move this plank yard, build the observatory here, and run power lines up to it. Beavers must be observing much closer stuff like faraway logs. The Oaken Constellation map is quite interesting. Changes based on zombie squirrel population. Alright, anyway, sorry. I got distracted. We can do the large water pump now. And it is a big old chungus. So it's gonna go right here. That's gonna be fine. And then this whole structure is getting a little awkward. Let's unmark this particular planting spot so that when that's gone, I can run this around here. Justin's gone. Anyone left? Nope, that's it. No, Buster V. Buster V, 57 years young. Still working at the grill. Still grilling up them taters. You know what? Hang on. Buster V. Let's keep an eye on you, friend. Last member of our great initial beaver society. Been cooking taters since he was a tot. Made them radioactive for visibility. Yeah, I wish they didn't do the highlight on the ones you click on, but nothing's perfect. Cheers, Buster. You made it. You outlived everyone else. I'm really tempted to just follow him until he keels over. Sounds joined very late. What's your goal in this game? What's your beaverdom working towards? Timberborn's very much a sandbox game. It's kind of a choose your own goal sort of thing. In one of the more recent updates, they did actually add a win state for each map. So if we can peek away from Buster V for a second here. We have, the last tab on the building screen is monuments. There are special monuments you can build that add special auras to everybody. And then there's a super one, the Earth Recultivator. Distributes tree seeds across the earth. When launched, makes the beavers in the area extra happy. This is the win condition for the folktales. If you can build the Earth Recultivator, you win the map. And you'll actually get a special icon on map selection indicating that you have beaten it. So I guess we could consider that our ultimate goal. If it's too long and tedious to get to, because I mean the resource requirements are insane. Oh, you can actually see what it looks like. It's a big thingy. It's a big bulb. But we need 20,000 science points to unlock it, 2,000 gears, 2,000 treated planks, and 1,500 metal to build. So if that ends up being too grindy, you know, I'm always in favor of moving on to something more interesting. It's amazing. We're gonna recirculate trees across all. Yes, yeah. It's basically like a supervillain, like a supervillain weapon, except it it restores trees instead of kills everybody. Now they keep playing like SimCity or go for the Sid Meier cultural victory. Basically, yeah. Essentially, yes. All right, the drought has begun. It doesn't matter. It really super doesn't matter. Our big pump is done. I am gonna get rid of this little pump. And now I need space. I need space for the stuff I want to construct. We're gonna do it like... Yeah, we're gonna do it like so. We'll do... Yeah, we'll do it like that. Yeah, I mean, it only makes sense at this point to build out in the water. All right, so I'm gonna build some platforms out here, and then as soon as I have another 120 science, I'm gonna unlock medium tanks, build 2 medium tanks here, and then I think we're gonna be in pretty good shape for water. I'll probably next restructure this to also be a large pump, and put some large tanks over here, medium tanks over here, and then we're set on water. We'll be great on water. I like the map because it creates with the common, what is the common architectural solution to wet places, stilt houses, and like, yeah. Yeah, I'm actually wondering to myself if it's actually going to be worth, like, trying to drain these to make more livable space, or if we'll just build around the edges, just build taller and taller platforms. I mean, if you've got enough planks, like, fuck it, who cares? Oh, right. My glorious industry has been halted. Oh, I got my science. That was quick. Medium tank, yes! Medium tank, yes. So small tanks hold 30 water. Medium tanks hold 300. And large tanks hold 1,200. But we need metal for that, and that is a ways off. There's no building decay in this, fortunately. Don't ever have to worry about that. Yeah, this is a very kind game, and I appreciate that. I appreciate that not everything has to be maintained and kept up and rehabbed and all that. The worst thing that can happen is your beavers can die. It is still a like survival builder. If we forever, if you know, if we let our beavers run out of water or run out of food, they would die. As long as you have some beavers, you can recover and rebuild. I've tried to do that once before. I planned out an expansion extremely poorly once and killed about half of my beavers and kept going from there and managed to turn things around. But yeah. Yeah, chat, I'm gonna build... My plan is to build some support platforms here and another row of water wheels, like in the waterfall, which will hopefully provide enough power for an observatory. So yeah, that's why I'm being proactive about the water situation. Food is fuzzy. Food is not a big deal, but water is a big deal. Buster's burning in beaver hell for all the human corpse he put into beaver bread. Ever had to deal with a zombie beaver outbreak? The zombie beavers don't attack other beavers, they just don't work. So it's not that exciting. Not wanting to spoil your fun here, but it's just the truth. It's just not that exciting. So we're definitely in good shape now. I think we got our water situation sorted. I'm actually going to replace these other 2 pumps with one more large pump here. Once that's done, I think we're good, and I can actually do something really fun over here. I can actually tear all this up and do some cool stuff, which I will talk more about probably tomorrow. Chat, if you haven't voted yet, this is a democratic playthrough. If you want this to continue into tomorrow, please vote as such. And if you don't, vote that way too. If you had enough beavers, you had enough beavers. Speaking of had enough beavers, I haven't, but I've already gone almost half an hour late tonight, and this, having survived another drought, not that there was any doubt, this is the perfect place to stop. So we're gonna call it here for the evening. I'm giving you your last chance to vote on whether or not you want this to continue into tomorrow and see our beaver civilization further expand. We're off to a great start. I was really uncertain about how this was gonna go from the outset, but we're solid now. We're doing great. The challenge of tomorrow is going to be starting a new district over here. Starting new districts is always kind of awkward. But we've got a pretty good basis here, and it's going to be a farming district. I'm going to focus mainly, I'm going to deforest this whole area. And I'm going to focus mainly on getting new food sources set up. But yeah. Look forward to Reincarnation Buster 2. Yes! Yes, if you perish tonight, well, not if, you did. Everyone can be reincarnated tomorrow night. I'll add you back in, so. Anyway, chat. I'm going to call the vote here. And by a commanding margin, we will be continuing tomorrow night. So Beaver civilization will live on into the future. I plan on dying first again tomorrow to get out of this stinky hellscape. So yeah, tomorrow night, more Timberborn. Wednesday will depend on tomorrow night's vote. Thursday and Saturday are the power hours. We're going to be doing Japan-only games as featured in the July 1995 issue of Nintendo Power. And then Friday is going to be a very special Grim Dawn multiplayer night. I'll be taking 3 of y'all, chosen at random, along for a fresh adventure, smacking up monsters and making our way downtown. Literally, that's what you do in Chapter 1. You make your way downtown. Anyway, chat, let me find somebody to raid. Let me send y'all off. Damn it, I'm not kidding either. You'll see. Friday night, you'll see. We're old enough, this is just straight rude. Now, this is unusual. I don't normally get to do this. Our friend McQueeb is up streaming. I have not raided him in ages because he tends to stream during the day. I'm surprised he's been up this late. He might not be up too much longer. Let's hit him up while we can. McQueeb is a quality streamer. Big roguelike guy. Plays all kinds of roguelikes and deck builders and cool stuff. He's playing something called Sol Sesto. I don't think I've ever seen this before. It looks pretty crazy. So let's see how that's going for him. Anyway, chat, thank you so much for coming out tonight. Thank you for joining me for the inaugural night of Timberborn. We are off to a great start. I can't stress that any more than I already have. We have a solid foundation for beaver supremacy in this very strange land. Tomorrow night, we will expand further, quite possibly doubling or even tripling our holdings, expanding our grip of science. Maybe we'll even get on towards terraforming. Who knows? Who knows? The world is our log, I guess. Anyway, I'm rambling now. Thanks again for coming out. Hopefully I'll see you tomorrow night for more Timberborn. But until then, as always, y'all take care. Bye, everybody!